I could sit around and wait all day. You lazy on my mind.
So I lost a week. Just completely disappeared on me.
Like a candle.
You see, Monday of last week, I got up early, like 4 o'clock, to get some interval work done before work. It's been really hot, and so I'm trying to avoid that. And that was good. I went to bed on Monday night, ready to get up and run before work again on Tuesday morning. But I woke up before my alarm on Tuesday in what can only be described as flow state. Now, if you're not familiar with flow state, it's a rare state that often hard to pinpoint how you get there, and you're never quite sure of how long it's going to last. And for me, it lasted a good few days. Yeah, I got some pretty hectic gastro. It was not fun. And consequently, I've been in bed just resting as much as possible for the past week. I tried to run once, but I didn't feel good, so I aborted that. And still feeling a little ginger, but everything has stayed in, which is a good sign. Hopefully get things back on track, because Buffalo Stampede is coming for me. Yep, it's coming.
All you ever do.
Who's ready for Jamboree?
Me!
Oh boy, I don't think I'm ready.
Dad!
What was your favourite ride?
The perfect short. Sheffield.
Whew. So it's Sunday afternoon and I'm due for about 3 hours in the bush, but I am procrastinating because not only is it way too hot for this time of year, the air conditioning at work is also broken, and so I spent 15 hours in a kitchen that's way too hot to exist in the past 2 days. So yeah, I'm kind of done with being hot, but I feel like I've got no option. I'm trying to wait to see if it cools down a little bit, but I also don't want to finish in the dark. So I don't know, I feel like it's stacked up against me. If I were still feeling a little bit off and not 100%, I'd probably skip it, but I am feeling good, which is a positive. But I think that'll be put to the test today. Oh, dear. Cheers to that. Whew. Whew. A bit on the non-alcs. This one from Garage Projects is by far the best. Ever since Bright Mountain Camp, I've jumped ship for the majority of my beer intake now. It's good. I think it's better for me. Sleep heaps better. HRV from the old Garmin backs that up as well. That was like 26 Ks, over 1,000 meters of vert in 3 hours. I guess the run into Buffalo Stampede is upon us now, and doing runs like that is good. That's sort of the right ratio of climbing to distance, but that was hot. It's perhaps a cool change upon us now, but I have not been that wet on a run by my own moisture production. for a long time. Probably got a big old wet patch on the ground here. Anyway, I'm gonna clean myself up. Whew. It was warm. Whew. Yeah, so that's another week done. Started out quite tentatively, I guess, just making sure that, guts sort of stayed in place. So while there was not a lot of hard running involved, I ended up with just shy of 100 Ks, just over 10 hours of running, and 3,000 meters of vert. All things considered, for 1 week back into training, it's pretty good. The countdown is definitely on to Buffalo now, so maybe a few sessions next week before I start to think about tapering and freshening up for that weekend. The weather forecast for Bright at this stage looks good. It's going to be quintessential kind of mountain alpine conditions, so it'll be nice because what we have been running in here has been ludicrously hot. I was thinking today on my run that temperature should not be gauged so much by a combination of degrees Celsius and humidity, but more so on the decibels that my shorts produce. My clothes was so wet on my run today from sweat that my shorts were loud. Real loud. Anyway, yeah. Glad that week is behind me now, and hopefully a cool change on the cards for next week. And I guess the only other interesting running tidbits from this week is that
I started carrying my poles on my pack.
I've been an advocate for the naked belt for many years now, but just with the excessive heat and humidity that we've had recently, it was kind of just getting wet and sloppy, and it just felt like an extra layer that wasn't necessary. So yeah, I'd removed all the little elastic toggles off my pack, but kept them. So I dug them out and stuck them back on my pack. And yeah, look, I'm quite impressed to be able to carry your poles and yeah, keep the stomach area sort of free of a tight extra layer. Yeah, it felt good. Still plenty of Ks to run with poles on my pack to be convinced that that's the way of the future. But yeah, look, no, my life has descended to the point where I'm deeming newsworthy the fact that I am carrying my poles in a different place when not in my hands. And the final thing is that I was right. I told you all that I'm in an unhealthy relationship with Hoka and that I keep running back to them even though they're going to let me down. And the Mafate 4s that I picked up only 2 weeks ago, 100 Ks in, have let me down. Can you see that? Yeah, that's one of the eyelets for the laces. And while lacing up for my run this afternoon, that blew through. It's this Jacquard mesh again. That's now been the Speedgoat 5s, the Tectons, and now the Mafate 4s that have all prematurely let me down. I don't know what I'm going to do. To be honest, these shoes literally have 110 kilometers in them, and well, I can probably figure out some sort of obscure lacing setup to get me by. I'm just a bit over it, to be honest. So I don't know. I like Hokas when they're good, but yeah, increasingly they're being not good. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, that's all the newsworthy tidbits I have for us this week. Hopefully onwards and upwards in good health from here on in. And yeah, I'll wrap it up here. Catch up.